welcome back to Ravens Today. I'm your host, Connor Gioffreda. Thank you guys so much for tuning into the show. I really appreciate it. Love the comments that I've been getting on the show. The guys that agree with me, disagree with me, it doesn't matter. We're all fans here. We all like to discuss the Ravens football, and that's what we're doing on this channel, man. And I'm like, let's just discuss Ravens football. Love the interactions that I've been getting on this channel. Let's keep it growing, man. Love you guys. Thank you guys so much for tuning in. So let's get into the latest injury update. Marlon Humphrey, status is already out for Sunday. Rashad Bateman, I'm probably not going to play Sunday either against the Browns. New update is that Lamar Jackson did not show up to practice yesterday either. Harbaugh did mention that he had soreness in his knee, but he should be good to go, should be able to return today. I will get into that because now I'm getting so angry, and I know that I've been saying this a lot on this channel, but I've seen the interaction in the comments section that everyone is unanimous in what I have to say. Everyone agrees. Everyone in unison as a Ravens fan base agrees with what I have to say with what's going to happen later in the video, but bear with me, okay? So long as Lamar Jackson is able to come back and is able to play, I'm not really worried about what happens Sunday. Mind you, we have not been great against Cleveland at home or at their home, and we need to change that. I mean, especially this season, because every win that we stack adds more confidence in me and this team, and also gets us out of the hole. So again, we probably won't see Humphrey or Bateman play, but that just means next man up, and I'm confident in this team. Moving on here, so I changed this up because, the elephant in the room, also the tight end in the room. So, came out recently that the Ravens probably are not going to be able to keep Mark Andrews, Isaiah Likely, and Charlie Kolar on the same team at once. It's just not going to be possible. I'm sorry, it's not. It's just like you have to think about Isaiah Likely, the future. You have to think about Mark Andrews, the guy who's steadily declining, has made some good plays, but steadily declining, and Charlie Kolar, who's had great development. So it really begs the question of, will this be the last time that all three of them are on the same team together? I think so. I think that this team can't afford the three of them together, especially with Likely's contract negotiations and motions, and Kolar on the up and coming, and Andrews on the slight decline. Again, you have to bring up the chemistry that Mark Andrews and Lamar Jackson have. They have ungodly amount of chemistry between the two, and Mark Andrews for years has been Lamar Jackson's go-to guy. But that's kind of changed recently, especially with Zay Flowers, especially with Isaiah Likely, and now Charlie Kolar getting some good catches this year. So I would not be surprised if this is going to be the last season that we have Mark Andrews, Isaiah Likely, and Charlie Kolar on the same team. I think that if we're going to be honest here, I think that Mark Andrews' time as a Raven is coming to an end. I've mentioned this many times, that he was a trade candidate, that we're going to let him go, that we're going to do whatever. But this, after the trade deadline came and went, I think that Mark Andrews' time as a Raven, especially with the dead cap hit that his contract will bring in 2026, I think that Mark Andrews' time as a Raven is coming to an end. Where he ends up, we're probably not going to know right now, but I think the Ravens are going to go with Likely and Kolar for their guys. And mind you, it's not really a huge blow in my opinion. Mark Andrews, mind you, has multiple franchise records on this team, but you got to just think about the business aspect of it, and think about it recently when he's just been yes, I guess I could say we're a little bit spoiled when it comes to Mark Andrews because he's always been the guy that comes in clutch. But ever since then, divisional, fumbling the ball in the end zone for the 2-point conversion, it's just one of those things that just really hits you where maybe it's time to really move on, because he hasn't been up to par as of late. But again, just addressing that elephant in the room, or rather the tight end in the room, I just don't think we're going to see him after this season. So if we're going to win a Super Bowl with Mark Andrews, it has to be this year. So, but what, like, hopefully, I mean, we're probably, we don't know. That's all I got to say. We just don't know. Okay, so here is, for ever since the season began, I have mentioned time and time again how bad our offensive line is, especially with one particular player, number 77. Daniel, can't use vulgar language on this channel, but everyone knows what I was going to say. Falele. I feel like every video has been like a dig at him, a dig at the player. Again, okay. Before we get into like my whole spiel here, there's a difference between the player and then there's a difference between the person. Person could be wonderful. I've never personally met him, but like he could be a wonderful human being. Wonderful human being. One of the kindest people in the world. Player-wise, he stinks more than a cow's poop that's been left out for days. He stinks. He stinks more than when we had Alejandro Villanueva. I thought that we would never see something like that ever again, but it's fun. It turns out we got something far worse. It's just, I'm at a point where, and I'm going to bring up his stats from Minnesota. Let's bring up his stats real quick. He had a 52.9 run blocking grade and a 53.2 passing grade against the Vikings. It's just, his season stats include a 50.9 run block and 64.5 pass block. That is just like how we've heard it many times from Harbaugh. Everything's on the table. I don't believe it anymore. I just don't. I've never believed it. It's like he thinks Falele's the guy because he's big, like not big like as in fat, but he's big as in broad. It's like, dude, are you like as a fan? I'm appalled. But I'm like, really? Or what are you looking at here? Every single week, this guy just looks lost, confused, falls over, falls down, is blocking like this, and thinking that it looks, yeah, I did well, you know? He is going to be the reason Lamar Jackson is hurt every single time. The knee soreness on him. I don't like if I'm wrong about this and it's not his fault that Lamar's knee is sore right now. Comment down below, please. It's every single time. It's going to be his fault. It's going to be his fault that someone is going to get hurt and Lamar's career is decelerated because of Daniel, number 77, Falele. Okay? And this goes into my comment section too. Let's go, like the last video that I had, all right? Someone had mentioned number 77 needs to be fired yesterday. Start Emory Jones or Ben Cleveland for crying out loud. WTF Harbaugh. Yes! Absolutely! Thank you! It's unbelievable. It's like, dude, Ben Cleveland, yes, has had problems outside of the football realm, and yes, he has not been as consistent as we thought he was going to be, but when he's played, he's had Tyler Linderbaum there to help him out, and he looks good. Like, yes, he had the whole, the DUI incident happen, and Harbaugh's been, like, was kind of vocal about that and put him in the doghouse per se. But it's like, dude, I don't care. Like, let him have a punishment. But are you really that naive to like say no? He doesn't deserve any chance anymore. This is what we're gonna go with because Daniel Falele doesn't do anything. He's a good boy and stuff like that. It's like, dude, I don't care. I want a guy that can protect my QB. Someone else said Cleveland has played well when they let him play. No clue what Harb's deal with him is. That's his deal. He just wants to go with the guy that absolutely, doesn't do wrong outside of the realm of football. I get it. Ben Cleveland, again, had some issues outside of the realm of football in terms of a DUI incident and then the divorce from his wife. But again, it's like, that's well in the past. This isn't a Justin Tucker situation, who, by the way, has served his suspension and is open to coming back into the NFL. But it's like, bro, Harbaugh, like, I'm at a point where if I'm Bashotti, I'd be like, no, I'm taking this one. I don't care. My star quarterback is getting hurt because of this man, and if you fight this, I would fire you. Harbaugh will probably be like, oh, this is the best offensive line you've seen it in practice. I'd be like, heck no, hell no. I'd be like, if you defy me on this, your ass is out the door. You're just out the door right now. You and him out. Daniel Falele, again, I will put a disclaimer here that we're talking about the player, not the person. Person could be kind. This person in the world, nice human being, whatever. We're talking about the player. And he, like, I'd be like, you wouldn't even be able to make it in the XFL. Your blocking ability couldn't even. You know what? I'm gonna say it. I don't care. This will be controversial, but your blocking ability couldn't even make a D3 football team look good. Sorry. Yeah, like if and another controversial take, if Daniel Falele got injured, obviously I would pray for his recovery because we don't like it when any player gets injured. Any of them. Whether like it's Patrick Mahomes, whether it's Travis Kelce, whether it's any player in the NFL who gets injured, we don't like that because it's their job. They're putting their body on the line, man. But I wouldn't, if Falele got injured, I'd be like, I hope he has a recovery, but I hope he never plays football for the Baltimore Ravens. I hope he never gets his chance to be a starter ever again on the Baltimore Ravens. If it's controversial, I don't care. I hope that he, like, if it does happen, knock on wood, I don't want it to happen. Because, again, I don't condone people celebrating injuries. It's like, dude, he's still a person. But if it were to happen, I would say, yes, I hope he's okay. But at the same time, I'm hoping he never becomes the starter and whoever replaces him for that time being, Harbaugh finally sees, oh, I should have gone with this guy. You know, if it's controversial, whatever. Thank you for tuning into Ravens today. I'm your host, Connor Gioffreda. Again, thank you guys so much for subscribing to the channel, liking the videos. I will catch you all later.